starting this exciting camera comparison on a 400 and on a 400 Pro in my beautiful hometown back here in Poland. Look at this location here. I am recording in 4K 30 FPS on ultra wide angle, and I must say that on a 200 devices were one of my favorites. So it will be interesting to see how does it compare with the 400 series. But today, comparing both 400 and 400 Pro. Switched to the main camera and I am still recording in 4K. This is stabilization. Sadly, there is no telephoto lens on regular 400 anymore, but we have 200 megapixel sensor, so even when I'm cropping in, the quality should be still okay. And then you can see the Sam's 3 on 400 Pro. But let's take some pictures now. Just to show you very quickly design, and you can see this is a completely different design than what we could see on a 200 series, and I have to say I like this. It reminds me of a Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. What do you think? This is selfie camera and I'm recording in 4K 30 FPS. This is stabilization. Colors looking very similar, so it's really hard for me to tell you which one's actually better. But let's have a look at some selfies now. This is maximum zoom times 10 on both, and you can clearly see the difference, how much better the Pro version is here. Wow. So just to show you the distance, I'm just about to head that direction, just to take a few more pictures from this tower, if you can say like this. Meantime, on the other side, there's actually high school I used to go to. So yeah, it's really nice to just go back to the town where I used to live and just enjoy the nature, because you know, if you follow my content, that you know that I like cities, but just for 1 or 2 days I love nature. This is where I belong. Yeah, so let's crack on. I have put the highest resolution option. You can see we've got main camera and times 3 on 400 Pro, and there is only one main high resolution camera on 400. Okay, interesting. Actually took a few seconds to take a picture. So you can tell 200 megapixels, that's a lot. But just let me show you the layout of the camera, and then you can see there's a lot going on here, from macro photography, story, time-lapse, multi-video, aperture. So you don't have to compromise to have this on a mid-range device when you want some, you know, flagship features, which I really like. This is portrait video mode. Unfortunately, the resolution goes down to 1080p only. Let me know what you think. Which device do you prefer so far? And I'm gonna have a look at some portrait photography now. Now, worth mentioning that we can use ×2, which I'm using now. However, the Honor 400 Pro can even record with telephoto lens ×3. Also worth mentioning that there is amazing AI feature available on both of these devices when you can turn any picture into a video. Have a look at this now. I love it. This is so cool. Now I'm recording in 60 FPS. We got 4K on Honor 400 Pro and 1080p only on Honor 400. On the top of that, of course, we get more powerful flagship chipset. This is only mid-range chipset on the 400. But please remember, now we've got IP65 water resistant on 400, which was not available on the previous generation. And we got fast charging and 5000 peak of brightness with this display, which is pretty impressive, I have to say. So this is the quality. Let me know what you think, and we're gonna move on to some macro now. This is ×2 on Honor 400 and then ×3 on 400 Pro. And to be honest, I thought there's gonna be a huge difference between though, considering the Honor 400 doesn't have telephoto lens. But as you can see, it's actually doing a pretty good here. But let's take some macro shots now. This is a selfie camera recording at night in 4K resolution. This is the quality. Let me know what you think, and I'm gonna have a look at some selfies now. This is video quality using ultra wide angle. Still recording in 4K, but let me switch to the main camera. I have to say that both doing pretty good here, no complaints. Digital zoom on Honor 400, and then we've got optical zoom on 400 Pro. But I'm gonna say that actually I prefer the quality on Honor 400. But let's take some pictures now. Now I'm using portrait video mode on both. This is the quality. What do you think? But I'm gonna have a look at some portrait shots now. Now I'm using night video on Honor 400 Pro. Sadly, this is not available on regular Honor 400. However, resolution is only 1080p on the Pro version, but I think actually my brother says that quality looks better on 400 Pro. You let me know your thoughts. Just a final conclusion about these two devices, and I must say that I'm very impressed with the regular Honor 400. It costs $399. On the other side you got $699. Yes, you get better performance and you get that additional lens. In fact, I've made a similar video last year, 200 versus 200 Pro, and it was a very similar situation. Let me know what you think. I am going to make another comparison, this phone with Honor 200, so it will be interesting to see if there is much difference between those two devices. So make sure you subscribe to the channel not to miss this amazing video.